See if we can't help out Moscow a bit. These troops are probably going to die wherever I put them, so risk it for a biscuit over here. It's looking good. If I can just get a bit more of these wastelands done. Portugal has announced France as their rival. But you're allied with France. Doesn't look like you have a mission either. Well, what do I know? I expect Jake to run naked through Scotland announcing he is streaming. You're the boss. Jake, give in to the rebels to save the Ottomans. I don't think they'll disappear from this. I want to give in to them now, though. Let's do this then. Click here. Azerbaijani, I accept. And they're gone. The Ottomans suffered a bit of a setback there, though. Let's try our hand assaulting this. I don't hold any high hopes. In fact, that's probably not a good idea. If all my troops die, I'll lose the siege completely. But sometimes you just gotta try. Lost the siege completely. There we go. Oh, and they're mercenaries. They'll actually disappear next turn. Too cocky. In general, these Kara/Georgian lands are taking forever and a day to siege up. Oh boy. Things are going from worse to even worse here. But Moscow has fallen. I'd kind of have to jump around these troops. Let's go down here then. See, I could potentially end the war here. But that still leaves me with quite a bit of unsieged territory, which I would rather have in my possession than not. Especially these horrible provinces down here, they just take a long time. And I can get these coastal provinces as well. Anything worth 7%? Yeah! How does that look? If I do that, then it's only 2 more wars to completely eradicate Russia. I suppose what I could look at are my current sieges to see if anything's quite close to finishing up. See, a lot of them are very high. I'd rather ride it out for a little bit longer. I mean, things can't get much worse, can they? Right, this is one province I'm not going to tolerate. Get down. Any more for any more? Only costs military points. Yeah. Complete waste of points, but why not? I ask you, why not? This province is really getting on my nerves though. Tell you what, let's really help it out. It is 4 base tax. No, when I say give it a blockade, I mean give it a galley blockade. Oh yeah, small matter of Japanese rebels. I feel a bit isolated. I was thinking maybe I could bring those over to help finish up this siege, but nah. Oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez. Cowardly forces of the Russian revolutionaries. This will not stand. Right, time for another round of giving into these Russian rebs. So I don't want them marching on me there. So we got all of that, we got all of this. These 2 provinces still frustrate me though. Not to mention these ones down here. Yeah, Russian revs down. I got nowhere to really hide these troops. Over in Perm, I guess. Another province down. Curse these Georgian provinces. But what can I really do about them? This is a breach. I fancy some potluck. The breach, it does nothing. They're probably all just mercs, they'll die if I let that go on. Well, let's settle for what we got then. At least that's a whole chunk of Siberia we don't have to siege up ever again. Same with this area, frees up my troops here, if they can even dance around the rebels on the way home. Just take what we got around here. Frustrating. I could eradicate those lands just by force releasing Georgia, but it just seems like a bit of a waste. And let's take the coastline. That province, since it's also overseas. And you were worth 7%. That looks pretty good. If anybody has any objections, now's the time to voice them. Meanwhile, I'll catch up with chat. Is there any way to get rid of once your provinces won't fire? Not really. Give them the provinces. They probably won't accept them because of wrong culture and all that. What were you saying about rebel numbers before this? Assault since your mercs cost so much. Can you mill tech? I didn't understand much of that, but I cannot yet mill tech 50 years ahead of time. 5 years ahead of time, rather. Isn't there a thing where you can only release if not occupied? I don't think so. Jake, I object to this peace deal. Russia still exists. Don't worry, as part of this peace deal we get 15-year trucks. That sounds exciting. Now our aggressive expansion's looking pretty bad. 700 with Sweden, 871 with France, 470 something with Castile, 1000 with Austria, 1000 with Bavaria, 1000 with Cologne, 300 with Britain, 255 with Scotland. Some people are just never happy. Florida don't care. Mali don't care. They know what's up. Punjab and Delhi don't care. Russia cares. But I don't care about Russia. Alright, so we're going to enjoy our 15-year trucks for 1 month. Let's do another round of accepting these demands, because there's quite a lot of them. Yep. Yep. Sure. Don't see why not. When in Rome. No. Why not, though? 5 provinces occupied by the rebels. But they don't own any provinces. What a mysterious game. Just gives me less rebels to dance around. This is probably not the most effective way to deal with all these rebs, at least at the time. But I don't want to deal with them, so let's just accept demands because, you know, 25 prestige is so much to lose. Rebels weren't much of an issue early on in the game. Bear in mind, I can't accept the Buddhist zealots' demands, they're probably just going to defect. But they're free to do that. The most exhilarating gameplay footage on Twitch today. Our thinkers, taking a cue from the government's relaxed attitude to these things, have started to take an interest in those who are not like us, those who speak a different language or live in another country. These ideas will help them when it comes to dealing with these people. Now they are speaking my language. Top quality. Oh, this is going to be unpleasant. Do you watch Fish Plays Pokemon? I have no idea what you're talking about, but it sounds rubbish. Russia have now announced Bavaria as their new rival. Okay. Good luck with that, you'll be doing me a favour. It's Holy War. The penultimate war with Russia. Let's get it on. Oh, Jesus. Right, you guys, this is the march of survival. If you can get into Nogai, you'll be pretty safe. And from Nogai, I want you to head over here. If we can get Circassia down, that'll be a big boon to our forces. Right, one of you go there, one of you go there, one of you return here, the rest of you go up there. You guys split up as well. Oh shoot, there's all this. Quite like this to fall fairly swiftly. That seems legitimate. Any more for any more? You're sorted, and thankfully there's no Siberian wastelands to deal with. Can we not get someone half useful over there assisting that siege? Don't want to ring back the Moskva individual. You're pretty good, but you're better. Let's take this otherwise horrible province once you get over there, the 24th. Anything else that I need to worry about? Nah, why worry? Jake, check war exhaustion after the next. Yeah, good point. Goodbye, dip power. I knew you well. Jake, did you tell Paradox to make 30-year trucks? I told Paradox that Fort Zombie was the best Paradox licensed game, Paradox published game I'd ever played. They looked at me like I had two heads. Fort Zombie is an awful game, but you can still love things that are awful. Again, here's that. Revolt in Karshi. I don't know where Karshi is. Didn't I just liberate this province? Why are they so up in arms? High taxes and cultural and religious differences have caused unhappiness amongst our citizens. I could swallow 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, like 800,000 rebels. Bear in mind, my troop count is not that. Or I could suffer 10% local tax modifier. Bang. Jake, how do you plan on conquering the rest of Europe and the Americas? With great difficulty. I'll think of something. Probably won't go very well, though. You know, I told myself, since I'm taking a week off, i.e. that week to Cologne, I could spend some time thinking how do I do this bloody world conquest. But I haven't really looked at the game. I've just been playing Patrician 4, much to my shame. Russian Patriots, 20 stack of doomed Ryukyu individuals, so I should run to Goviatli. Gee, there is nowhere to run, is there? Probably a certain irony to running towards this Russian province for sanctuary. The alternative route would be take cover in Nagai. No, I would rather you were in Korea so that I had backup. But oh good. Gee, anyone bordering Ryukyu must be living in fear of these rebs. Is Russia having time of troubles? Or whatever that event is. Because they seem to be facing quite a few revolutionary rebs. They're probably going to kill me. But they'll keep the siege going, so it's not too bad. Right, get back. $232, okay. Okay, guys. I get the idea you're a little disgruntled with my country. And here's the problem with sending such long expedition forces here. I've got troops I gotta work around. Gee, it pains me just looking at these slow Azerbaijani sieges. I wonder. Yeah, I'll work from north to south with you. No reason you can't help out as well. Also, these shattered retreating troops' idea of a safe haven is very different from my own. Oh, jeez, that's cruel and unusual. Well, they're only going to die anyway. Actually, looking back on it, I could have given in to Kazani nationalist demands and would have saved those units. But hey, who's keeping score? tell you, these revolutionaries are built like some kind of outhouse. Well, we could either recover our abysmal prestige here. Well, not to a large enough degree. Let's take the stability. Right, again, Russian patriots that I don't want marching on provinces that I'll be occupying. So again, just accept their pitiful demands. Jake, if you look at the ledger how many rebels are in the world, sometimes it doesn't tell you. And this is one of those times. I don't know when it does tell you and when it doesn't. But the important thing is there are no Russians in the world. The term is up for Governor Tokuba. Should we trust him with another term? They've asked us to keep him. Doesn't tell me who the candidates are though. Oh well, you can keep Tokuba. Would have been great to actually have Shitatsu Sho running Shitatsu Sho's holiday home. It farces down. Doki doki. Yeah, speaking of these Kazanis, they've gone far enough. Eliminate them from the picture. Doki, bloody doki. Jake, when do you think you can launch the religious unity nuke again? Trouble with that calculation is I've got so much Russian land that I won't have in a few years that it's hard to calculate. But I will need to launch it quite soon. I need to get my Diplo and admin power sky high. In fact, I'm close enough to the next admin tech. I might as well just take it now. Gives me a chance to look at this. It requires quite a lot. 29 is a very important administrative technology. For this reason alone, administrative efficiency plus 25%. If it were normally to take me 10 wars with France to eat them up now, when I get that, it would reduce it to taking only 5 wars. So that's something to consider. Also drastically lowers my overextension. Halves it, in fact. Still, it's 30 years ahead of time, which means its expected year is 1785. That'll be tricky to get. If anything, it's about 600 over the odds, so I'd need to wait a good 10 years in order to get it. Well, nothing I can do about that. Oh. Damn, that was not part of the plan. Remember, I changed my marching order to work around those horrible rebels. Right, but they're going to Khakassia, so once they are... Wait, no, my troops are going to Khakassia. They're going to Kuban. Once they arrive in Kuban, on the 14th I'll deal with them. Moscow has fallen. Let's move over to Yaroslav. Before I look at anything else, I want to keep a track on these guys, because I need to get rid of them. Oh, right, there were more troops on the way. They died instantly from 10 to 1. 3, 2, 1, and they're over in Kuban. I accept your petty demands. Now, we're pretty high in Republican tradition. I would be very happy to keep Iku in charge, but if Shitatsu Sho is possible, nowhere near. 66 years old and still going strong. Well, you are the light of our people. I lost like a 30 stack there. Is that somewhere important? That's important. Remember, I need that province. Well, if I have these troops, I can snipe them. Manchurian gnats. See if you can't help out in some way, shape, or form. Gee, these provinces, they've just got to go now. Jake, hire mercs. Yeah, I'll get right on that. Might not actually be a bad idea. Oh boy. I quite like that that regiment. Please don't kill all of them. They just instantly siege that province? Alright. Siberian and Kievan gnats. Can't help you with the Siberians, but I will help you out slightly with the Kievans. Send you for 1 day. Get rid of them. All you. Didn't do it. Oh well. Ah, too much going on. My head just cannot take it. Can you accept the demands of the rebels in Kanka? The trouble is, if I accept their demands, it probably won't make these ones disappear. I'll give it a go, though. Because they're in Russian territory, it didn't make them disappear. That's just the way it goes. Alright. Oh, jeez. Horrible event. Lose 18,000 manpower. Well, if we're going to lose them anyway, let's throw them against the walls. Onwards and upwards. Getting that war exhaustion is not very nice either. Stability, that's... I love this game. Oh, I love that though. Waste of military points, but I really want to stop having to care about these provinces. Also, they've moved their capital. They moved it all the way to Yaroslav. I wonder if they pay the administrative points for that. There's quite a few areas where the AI doesn't have to pay what normal people pay. Get a few of these out of the way. Bang. Sheridan. Again with the revolutionaries. Yeah. Get wrecked. Somebody made a good point that you can... Oh, it's still there. Let's do just that. For example, this is going to cost me 18,000 manpower, so... Fine, let it. It's been a long time since I've done